All right, good evening, everybody. Although it's just one person that is here, but we have to start. And I wonder where everybody is. Someone said he or she is at Shiloh. Um, Today is the last day of our class, day 36 of a 12 weeks journey. And day 36 is meant to be the last day or the last official day. We've gone quite far to a reasonable extent in our journey, and I would have loved to hear our reviews. There's just one person that is here, Sultan Bello. Okay, Elias has come in. I would have loved to hear our reviews, how we've seen the training so far. Maybe we'll save the review for the closing of the class. So while we are waiting for others to join up, I will begin working on the project. Now we know we said we are going to still upload some of the other parts of the project that we've not finished, like the e-commerce. There are some parts of it we've not finished as well. The um, school projects we are working on also we're not done with it. So we will see how I will upload the rest of that part of it, and most likely those uploads are going to be in January. So we expect that we try to finish up and follow up the ones that have already been uploaded. Okay. All right. So um, let's continue by sharing our screen. Sultan Bello, I can see your complaints, but the class is going on now. Maybe we'll see how to sort it out after the class. So um, we were able to handle our login, and I think we were able to um, sort out our adding, creating and adding of staff. Let me be sure, because I was thinking I had done that. Sorry, view stuff. I had done that in my 9 a.m. class, only to discover that there were a lot of missing things there. And we seem to have something similar here. Let me see the view staff controller. Okay, yeah, we've handled this inner part. Okay, so let's see how the login looks like. Let's log in and see. Okay, so what we have here seems like we've added one staff and three students. We made some progress. That's what it means. So let me remove all these breakpoints. sorry, remove the breakpoints, delete all breakpoints. So we're able to create one teacher, and then we're able to create some students, and that's progress. So now what we want to do today, we want to see how we can add some more teachers. Sorry, this is probably because of our login issue. So we want to add some more teachers here, and we want to give them um, assign subject to them and assign a class to them too. So and we want so that we can be able to see how the results thing should work. So we have students of SS1A. Most of the students here we added are in SS1A. So we want to add teachers that are going to be teaching different courses, and we want them to be teaching SS1A. So let's create a new teacher. Title Miss Sandra. And then email, date of birth, female, state of origin. So this one, do we have subjects here to choose from? So this one is teaching maths. And let's make this one the form teacher of SS1A. And then let's create. So we have this one. Let's see let's see the details of this particular teacher that we have here. What subject is teaching maths? SS1A two. Oh wow. So we have two. That means our code, we are supposed to write our code in such a way that we should not assign two teachers to the same with the same subject to the same class. Our code did not take note of that, but we can do something like that. But for the sake of time, we won't do that. So probably we can adjust this one. So rather than teach maths, let's say you teach English. Sorry. Okay, so this one teaches English. So let's add a chemistry teacher. This one is a male. This one is from biology, and then he's teaching chemistry. He's not a form teacher, so we just create. So we have three teachers teaching different subjects. Please, Mr. Someone mute yourself. So what do we want to do? We want to set up the login of the teacher, so the teacher can log in, and then be able to add results for a student, amongst many other things he can do. So let's set up the login for a teacher. So we have the staff controller. We're going to sort out the login. Um, Before we do that, I'm just going to, for the sake of time, I'm going to copy um, I'm going to copy the code for, sorry, just give me 30 seconds, please. Give me 30 seconds, please, and I'll connect back. All right, sorry about that. Can you hear me? Ooh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, sir. Go
Okay,
on.
sorry about that. I had to do something quickly. So, we want to sort out the login of the teacher. Permit me to copy the code for logging in as admin, and we'll make some changes. So this place that the admin logged in, I'm just going to copy from here this DB entity down to the end of the login. Yes, so I'm going to copy this Control C from the admin controller that we created just to save time. Then go to the view staff controller, sorry, not view staff controller. Then from here, where you have this get staff, I will select it, delete, and paste what I copied. Okay, so because we have not included the model here, we need to click on this bulb and select using the project name dot model. All right, so now the login. So this time around, what we are logging in as is not as the admin, we are logging in as the staff. So it's going to be staff table. And then here I will change the name from admin table to staff table. Now you can quickly, for use this bulb here, it's not every time this appears, but when you do this, select rename admin table to staff table, so that it will rename all the places admin table was to staff table in that particular group. So it's now staff. Okay, then you can change this from admin check to staff check, and I'll do the same thing again, rename, and renames them there. So what we are searching is in the staff tables. And what are we going to use to log in the staff? We're going to use the phone number and the password. So phone number and password. Phone number and password. So phone is the first thing we're going to check before it will check the password. Alright, so let's create the um, login view. So right click, go to add view. For the login, let's not have any layouts. It's going to be similar with that of the admin. So permit me to also copy the design in the admin, Control A, Control C to copy. In this one, Control A to select or delete and paste. Okay, so that's the I copied from the login to replace here. So we have to make some changes. Here now will be staff table, and then we're going to write something here. We say maybe H3 would be staff login. That will be text center. And then what we are logging in with is the phone number, and then will be enter phone, and then your password. Okay. So and where is it submitting to? Sorry, it's submitting to the staff controller. All right. So when it's done, then it's meant to take us to the dashboard. Where is the dashboard? Okay, so just after this curly brackets, http get public action. Ooh, action results, and that is what dashboard, which is going to collect the staff details. So if, or let's find look for the staff. So our staff is equal to db dot staff tables dot find. We want to find the staff from his login details. Sorry, staff table dot staff id, so that if staff is null, that's if it does not find the staff login details, maybe somebody is trying to enter from a back door, it will give such error. Else, for the dashboard of a teacher, for the dashboard of a teacher, just like you have the dashboard of the admin that shows you the number of students, number of staff, you want the dashboard, if the teacher is a form teacher, to show us the form details and then the subject details. So those are the things that we'll have. So that means it should be able to pull out the people, the students that are in the same. If the person is a form teacher, for example, the staff is a form teacher, we will have to say something like if staff dot form is not null. When we say is a form teacher, that means it has a form, it's not null. For some of the staff that we have, some of them are form teachers, some of them are not. So anyone that his own is not null, it means he's a form teacher. So we want to pull out all the students in that form, and then for us to do that, we can now remember that our student table, the class and the form are separate. What do I mean? The student has his class level and has the form, they are not joined together. So you, when we say class, the student may be in ss1, then his form may be c, so together it will be ss1c. But when they are selecting the when we are selecting the what's it called, when we are selecting the form, sorry, I was distracted. So when we're selecting the form, we discover that the staff, um for the staff form, it's full like that, ss1a or ss2b, whatever, it shows completely. So we need to be able to one separate the class level and the form from the staff's form information. And to do that, we'll say something like this: string class level will be equals to staff dot form dot substring. We use substring, so we are going to pull out the class 0, 3. Why? Because, for example, if the person is ss1a, so the starting point will be at index number 0, then the number of characters are 3, 1, 2, 3. So that will pull out the class. Then for the form, it will now be string form, which is equal to staff dot form dot substring, and that will be just 3, for those who remember how the substring works. So substring, if you specify an index number, it will start count, it will collect an information from that index number. Then if you specify another number, that's the second number, it will count, is going to now pull informations from the starting point, which in this case is 0. It will pull informations with 3 characters. The second number determines the number of characters, so that's 1, 2, 3 characters. So it's going to pull 3 characters. But if you do not specify anything, it's going to pull every character from that index position. So in this same case, as we say 3, the index position 3 here is 0, 1, 2, 3. So A is occupying an index position 3. So when we say just 3 like that, it means it's going to pull from A to any other thing, and we know there's no other thing. So that's representing the form. So that we can now pull out the students in that form, and that's going to be var students will be equal to db dot students table dot where their um, student table dot where their what class level is equal to this class level that we have split, and where the students form is equal to this form that we have split, and then we'll make it dot to lists. Okay, and let's add dot to lower because we are not using a drop down, so we mistake, sorry, we missed this one here. Okay, then this will pull out all the students in that teacher's class. We can store it as viewbag dot students, which will be students. Okay, then the next thing would be um, to pull out the teachers in that offering that subject. To pull out the teachers offering that subject. To pull out the teachers offering that subject. So, sorry, to pull out the students in the class that the teacher is teaching. Sorry, that's what I mean. For example, if the teacher's class level, you know, the teacher also has his class level. And in this our work, we assumed that one teacher teaches one subject and only one class. That's our assumption in this project. Only one teacher teaches one subject, one class, one subject, one class. So if the class level of a teacher is the class he is teaching, while the form is form class. I hope we know the difference. For those of us who have left secondary school a long time ago, we may not remember. But a form teacher is the teacher in charge of that class. But that same teacher may be teaching another class his own special subject. So form is his class, while class level is the class he's teaching, and subject is the subject he's teaching. So we want to pull out students of that his class. So that would be var, let's say sub students will be equal to db dot, sorry, we don't need to pull out those lists here. We'll pull it out somewhere else. So, but this is what we need. What again do we need? We say viewbag dot staff is equal to staff, and then what again do we? Yeah. Then we can now return view. Sorry, this is meant to be outside this if statement. Yes. Then we return the dashboard view. So let's right click to add view. This time around is going to use the layout, and the layout is going to use is the staff layout. I believe we have a staff layout. Yes, we do. So permit me again to also copy the design in the admin dashboard and make some changes. After this, we'll now test run our code to see what it looks like. So this is the admin dashboard. I'm going to copy from here down to the end. So here, from here down, I will delete and paste what I copied, and let's make some changes. So first thing is, in the admin dashboard you have two buttons or two columns, one showing you the list of the students and the other one showing you the subjects. So this one in the form, in the teacher's dashboard, if the teacher is a form teacher, it will show a box for the form teacher. If the teacher has subjects to teach, it will show a box for those subjects. So I'm going to highlight or cut out this column inside this row. I'm going to cut it out, Control X, and then I will say if viewbag dot staff dot form is not null. That means if the teacher is a form teacher, then you have this. And here I want it to show us, first of all, it's going to show us the number of students in that form. And that's, it's still going to be viewbag the students that count. Coincidentally, um, we also show the class. So that will be these students, for which class is that? For, and the class is inside this, the viewbag dot staff dot form. That is where the teacher's form is. And um, then of course the link, we need to change it. So this will be view, let's say view form students, and that will be in the staff controller. Then the next one would be to view subjects. View subjects. So this one will just be, since one teacher one subject, we will just simply have maybe view subject students. Subject students. And then what we are sending is not viewbag.admin. This time around is viewbag.staff. That's what, we copied this code from the admin dashboard. Alright, then for here, viewbag.subject student, this will just tell us the subject and the class. So it's going to be viewbag.staff dot subject for, then the class. That's class level. Okay. All right. So let's see how it works. So we will log in as a teacher now. And then we have to log in as the admin so that we'll know the login details of the teacher. So we said we are using username and phone number and password for the staff. So we log in as the admin. While that one is logging in, let me open the login page for the teacher. Let me copy the localhost link from here. Control C. This slash this is staff slash login. This is the login for the staff. So let's see the staff. I think we made Miss Sandra to be the form teacher. Okay, so the password is 1234, and then the phone number is what we need to copy. so that we can log in. Okay, so this brings us to the staff dashboard, and you can see, oh, something is missing here. So but you can see three students for SS1A, and that's his form class, and then English for, it's supposed to show the class. Let me see why it's missing. Seems like class levels were not assigned or what. So let me view my database table data. Our class levels are empty. Wow. How come? I thought we were assigning classes there. What happened? And I think I know why. Probably because um, when we created our table before, we did not have class level. So when this create was done, maybe, or let me see, sorry, maybe class level is missing something in the create because this looks okay. Let's see. Go to create in view stuff. Where do we have class level? We don't have class level. Oh, we don't have a place where we put class level. That's what's missing. So no place for class level. That's usually supposed to appear after subjects. Then you now select the class. So this should be class level. Class level. So it's not meant to be a drop down. It's meant to be a text box. Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be a drop down of we have a list of classes. Hmm. Mm, let me see at the top. We don't have, what we have is forms. Uh, okay, yeah. This is for the staff now. So yes, it should be the same thing with form. So it's still the same thing that we're going to have. So it will be select class to teach. Okay. So maybe that is why this place where is the database is empty. So permit me to manually add that here. So permit me to manually add it. And then we already have two form teachers. Our code is a lot of things wrong. Our code is not supposed to accept two form teachers at the same time. We were supposed to write a logic to ensure that when you are creating, and normally we can write that logic somewhere at this create point. So I'm going to put it as a comment, um, so that you note that you need to add something like that. So write, and anybody who is able to write this code for me, um, I will give the person a gift. So write a code here, and please don't ask any AI. Write a code here that will check if the teacher being created or if the teacher being created already has a similar form or subject teacher in the teacher in the database. What do we mean? If there's a teacher who has already been given SS1 as his form, just like we are seeing in the database, you can imagine two people being the form teacher. It's not good. So it's supposed to check if somebody already has been given this form for the form teacher, it should not accept it. It's also supposed to check if someone else is teaching a particular subject to the same class. So this form, let me just write no to overtake it. Then for class level, all these teachers are teaching SS1A, 1A, so that we can easily work out the results. SS1A, SS1A. Okay, so we save this, and then now that I've manually added it, I think it should now work out well when we want to log in as the, so we have to, I don't have that number of head, so let's log in as the admin again and get the phone number of the teacher. Okay, so let's log in as the admin. While admin is logging in, let's also create a space to log in as the staff. Staff login, yeah. So this is the phone number, I think. 1234. Okay, so now it's showing properly. English for SS1A, and then it's teaching. It has three students in SS1A as form teacher. So the next thing we are going to work on is on this the subject he's teaching. So we want a situation whereby when he comes to the subject he's teaching, he will see a list of all the students, and then he or she can be able to impute a result for his students. Can be able to impute a result for the students. All right, let's go ahead with doing that. So we expect when we click on this, we want to see this functionality. Before that, any question? Are we following? We are quiet. I don't know if I'm still connected. It's just that I can see that I'm still connected, but nobody is saying anything. Are we sure we are still together?
Yes, we are.
Where did we now go now? Oh, wow. Okay. So let's sort out that for the. So let's. What do we want to do? Let's go to the dashboard of the teacher. So this is what we want to handle. We want to handle view sub students, which will show the list of the students that are for that subject you are teaching inside the cell, not inside admin. It's supposed to be inside staff. Yes. So go to staff controller. Okay, so let's do this after dashboard. HTTP get public action results. Let me paste what I copied from that page. View sub students is the name of the action, and um, what is it bringing in? It's bringing the students. Sorry, it's bringing the staff. Sorry, of course, we also have to confirm the staff again. Sorry, dot find using the staff table dot staff ID. Okay, so um, can still add for further verification if staff is null, then return HTTP not found. Else, so we want to see the students that are in that class that the person is teaching. So it's going to be something similar to what we have in this dashboard. Um, so we will need to find out the class level and split it just the same way we split this one. So we're going to do copy this. In short, I'm going to copy this code from here upwards, and I will copy it. Control C, what I did. Then I'll paste Control V. So what are we doing inside here? So we are splitting the and we want to check for students whose, so we are not splitting the form, we are splitting the class level of the teacher. That's the class is teaching. So that's what we are splitting, and then to give us a list of the students in that class. Okay, so and this will be view bag dot students, and then db dot, sorry, students. Okay, and then view bag dot staff is equal to staff. Then we return the view. Okay, and then we have to create this view sub students view. So right click and add view, install under staff layout. Yes. So let's make a little design of this page. Class container, margin top 5, padding 2, go inside the div of row, and inside the row um, column 12. So inside here I'm going to have something like this, Maybe I'll put this in the center class text center. What will we write inside here? So it's going to be a list of students of a particular class. So it's going to be at viewbag dot staff dot this class level, that's the class is teaching. So this is going to tell the class if it's SS1. So SS1 students, one student, SS1 students, SS1 students, okay, okay, no, SS1, SS existing students list. So we're going to have a table, and I'm going to give it a bootstrap class of table, and let's give it a margin at the top of 2. So um, what do we need to show for the teacher to see the students? um, we just show the teacher the name of the students. You can show the teacher um, okay, apart from name, what again? You can put the username, and then show, let's say, the gender. What again do you want to show?
I want
um,
to see the passport.
you say
I want to see the photo of the student so that I will
the
know the
what?
student best.
The form
The
of the
photo of
student
the student, the
photo.
passport.
We are not dealing with passport in this thing again. No,
Yes.
it would have been good, but we don't have it here. Yeah, so it would have been a good thing to
Okay.
show, but we don't have a. So maybe we can have the parents and phone number. So let's say we have contacts. Okay, so these are the things. So now we want to have loop through the items in our table. Okay, we're also going to have an empty this thing, empty one here. So we're going to loop through to permit me to copy this, Control C, and it will be at for each. So for each, let's say, student in viewbag dot students, and then you come in here and paste. So T, sorry, still TR. So this is what we change, but before that, we also need to add at std dot to be first name, and then so I want both first name and last name to be on the same line. First name, and this one has even surname and so on. Add last name. Then paste this one. So remember to change this from TD to TH. This one. So this contact is meant to be parents' phone. And then inside this place that is empty, we will now have some buttons. Just the same way we have the edit, details, delete, or the same way we have the plus, minus, and delete in the e-commerce, we are going to have just one thing, a link that will take us to that student's result. So that will be at url dot action dot action and then hey bro, welcome. Are you the one that went to Shiloh? So
I,
action.
I came in late.
Okay, so this will be going to where do we want it to go to? We can say view results of the students, and then inside the staff controller. And what are we passing across? We're passing across the students, and then um, we are okay. So let's just say results. That was the
Who is
class.
that?
BTN, BTN.
Who is that?
Please
Huh?
mute yourself. Gabriel, please mute yourself. Okay. All right. This is fine. And then yeah. So this is yeah. So let's see how this would work. But before we do that, we need to be able to keep track of the staff inside the students. Um, where's the staff controller? So sorry, staff controller, not view staff now. So where that we have this list of students, we need to have a for each loop. But before we have the for each loop, we need to add an ID to the student table. Hmm. Yes, so we want to put staff ID. Alright, so back to this place. Okay, sorry, back to staff controller.
Our time, oh,
Oh,
check the time.
okay, okay. Oh, sorry. Let's move over to the next class. Sorry, I got carried away. All right, thank you for reminding me. So we're looking for the staff controller. So here where you have the list of the students, you need to, for each of the students, make their, sorry, not their staff ID to be equal to staff ID. Okay, so now we want that when it comes there, it brings us to view results. And then let's quickly also set up the view results page, what it should look like. So we want a situation where in the view results page, um, you will now come and see the list of the results that that person has for that particular subject. So that will be after here. HTTP gets public, sorry, action results, view results, and this time around this one is carrying student information. So that's where we have to pull out the staff information, which is db.staff, db.staff, but where, sorry, not where, find based on the student dot staff ID. That's how we passed it across. Okay, so we want to get if staff is null, then what will happen? Um, return http not found, else else is mm, yeah, Mr. Samuel.
Yes, what do we have staff ID in the as a parameter there? Do we used to have staff ID in the student table?
We just added it now. We want to know the staff that is trying to see a student's information. So we don't want to
Oh,
lose track of
okay,
our
okay,
staff. Yeah.
okay.
So
So,
then what again? Okay, so if it's, so we want to now pull out the real students data. So students will be equal to db.student table dot find two. What are we finding? Students from the team that came, the student ID. Okay, then we also need to pull out the students results so far for that subject. So we want to pull out the result of this particular student for the particular subject that this teacher is teaching. So we can say var student results will be equal to db, and we have a table called course results. So that's where those results are expected to be stored. So that will be db dot course results. Now this is where we have to use where. So where x pointing to where the student's ID is equal to this student's ID, and where the subject is equal to the staff's own subject, staff dot subject. Okay, and I noticed that there was something wrong in my 9 a.m. class, and it's like the same issue here. One of these, the student ID in this our course table, instead of us to make it an int, we made it a string. So not show table data. It's meant to be show table definition. Let's wait for it a bit. So you discover that student ID is a string instead of an int. So we may not start changing it. What we will do is in this place, this one that is a number, we can change it to a string for the comparison purpose. So dot to string, yeah. So they will compare on the same level. So dot to list to pull out a list of all the students, pull out a list of all the students, sorry, of that particular student's results. Okay, and then to be view bag dot results, and that will be equals to students results. We also not forget to have view bag dot staff equals to staff. Then return view. So if I right click and add view to view results, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so meet me again. I'm going to copy this view subject design and then make some changes. Who needs to mute himself there? Someone needs to be muted. Please check yourself well. So I'm copying this code from just before this div here. I select everything. Uh-oh. Yeah. I select everything here and copy, Ctrl C, and go to view results, delete and paste. So this time around, we are at an individual's page. So rather than the staff, so what we can be saying here is maybe like student name results. So something like this. So we can say viewback dot student dot first name. Let me just copy this. Viewback dot student dot last name. So student, this will be student, and this one's results for, then we'll now mention the subject, which would be at viewbag dot staff dot subject. So inside this list of this table now is now going to be the items in our course results. So for example, we have the first thing we should have is the subject. Let me just copy this. The next thing we should have is the And before we have, let's have the session, the session, then the term. Let's also have, then we can now start having other things like the assignments, then mid term test, projects, exam. We have total score. Then we also need to have the approved states or approval states. Approval states. Mm, yes, I think so. These are the things that we need to see. So I will just copy from here. So this time around, it's no longer viewback.student, but viewback dot what self. Um, the results. Yeah, viewback.results. So let me just delete and paste this. So this is td. I have at std. So I will just copy this for session, for term, for assignment, for midterm, remove that space there. For projects, for exam, for total score, and then for approval states. Then one more. Okay, no. Yes, so that's for that. Then we need to have
The TD. You have not changed all the TD.
you don't need to mention the teacher. Um okay, yes, you need to mention the teacher. Yeah, because let's have that here because it may be one teacher that will teach teach a subject in a particular term, they teach it in a different term. That's after total score. So that would be at scd dot teacher name. Two hands are raised. What's happening?
The STD, what does it really mean, please?
It is what's representing. We are looping. This is a for each loop. We are moving from one item to the other. So we call the name std. One, if before each loop, we've used it several times. So this usually assumes the initial value of any item in a list. So that's what std. We just a name. Sometimes we used to change the name, sometimes we don't, but we use it for each loop several times. Are you following? Or did you get what I mean? Did you understand me?
I did. Yes, I did.
All right. So,
Thank
and
you.
then before we have this, I want to put a button here that will enable the teacher to add a new result. So I'm missing all this list showing for the new teacher to be able to add a new result. And I'm going to use a modal to achieve that. I think I still have it open from my 9 a.m. class. I'm just going to copy it and then I'll paste it down somewhere down. There was, let me copy the button. I'll put the button here. So let me change the write up to put a class here of fa plus, that's an icon, and then I will say new results, and then I expect that that new results would be a form. Sorry, let me change the heading of this model, so it will be add results, and then let me highlight this whole model here, cut it out, Ctrl X to cut it out, and then bring in our form. Cut to not delete html dot begin form, and that would be, I'll call this add results. Then this is going to be under the staff, they have the form method dot post, and then you paste, so that inside here you can now have d block, the margin at the bottom of 2, then at html dot text box for which what are we collecting here? We want to be able to collect the result. So we want when the teacher wants to add the result, you have to ask him for the term and the session the person wants to select. So I'm going to add a model at the top. At model space project name dot models dot course table results. Yes. So text box for pointing to the session, and then to be new select, sorry, new at class is equal to form method. Placeholder, you could choose to use a drop down for this. Placeholder of enter session, required. Okay, I'm just solving up so that I can, we will just display this and see what it looks like. And to see, this one would be, I'll use a drop down for term, select list, and this would be select term. We'll have term inside here. Let's add it at the top here. first, second, third. Okay, then this button will be this place. We have save changes. We can change this from save changes to submit, and then the button will now be submit. All right, we've done a lot. I'm just going to display to see how this thing looks like. We're going to see how it looks like, and then we will say one or two things before we say our farewell officially. Another one is logging in. Why is this thing always possible? One, two, three, four. All right. So as a teacher, let's see English teacher. So when we click, it shows us a list of the students in that class, and then we have the option for results. When we click on results, ooh, something is missing. Cannot run on a null reference. What's that? You see what is null? Is it last name or something? Sorry, let me see. What is the null reference now? Um, put a pause here so that we'll know what is null. Let me go back, click on results. I told you to pause now. Put a pause here first. That is not null. This one is empty, we know. So what's the complaint? So let me see. Maybe it may not be that down part. Did it make reference to any other thing here now? Student dot first name. Is it not how first name is spelled? What's the null? What is the null reference here? So let me just do this, but I doubt if it's a problem. Let me just do it. If viewBag dot result is not, sorry, dot count is not equal to 0. Oh, I have to start logging in again. This time already. Let me just try it one more time. Never faster than this. Still same thing. Okay, I don't know. Let's to look to find this may take us some time. Maybe I'm not seeing something clearly. Oh, we don't have viewbag the student. Oh, terrible. I've seen it now. Viewbag the student. I thought as much. That it's not that thing I did now that's a problem. Yeah, this should solve the problem. Yes, so this is what it looks like. It's supposed to show the different results for this particular student's results in English, so that the form teacher can now create new results and then do some necessary enter the session and select the term. Okay, so that's how it's meant to be, and I will upload the remaining part of that the coming weeks. So with this is day 36 of our this is day 36 of our 12 weeks journey. This is day 36 of our 12 weeks journey, and we've actually journeyed a long way. I was expecting to have more people at the beginning of the class. I was expecting to have more people at the beginning of the class, but now that we have few of us here, I was thinking maybe we could make some comments about how we've seen how the class went. How have we seen how the class went? Is it Does anybody have something to say about the class so far? This is our last day officially. Does anybody have anything to say? We can't just part ways like that now. Somebody should say how the class, when you saw the class and the expectation you had, was it met? How are you now? Are you better off than you started in the first place?
Yes,
Okay.
I have, uh,
Wait, oh,
I have
many hands are
something
up.
to say.
Okay, let's start from Mr. Emmanuel now.
In the first place, I must be frank with you. It has been very amazing. In fact, amazing in the sense that I personally never expected it in this fashion. In the sense that you're in the area of your commitment, timely response to classes, response to questions and comments and all of that. Because before now, I belong to some groups, though the groups do not relate to what we are doing here. The different thing, the focus of those groups is on different on other areas. But this one, I'm saying that I'm on the a one of the groups I belong to. I bought the course. Um, the individual that sold the course, for him to even respond to questions, in fact, it's so difficult, so difficult. In fact, he's not reachable. You cannot reach him. If you have anything to, I mean, anything to information to elicit from him, you can't do that. And but you in particular, I must be very, very frank to you. Your commitment to classes, commitment to responses and all of that. I am just so amazed. I am so amazed. Then, personally, I had been afraid of this thing, anything that has to do with programming,
Hmm.
because it doesn't relate to my area of study at all. It
Okay.
doesn't relate at all. But I'm really very surprised. After each of the classes, when I get back to the recorded videos, in fact, prayerfully, God has been taking me through.
Hmm.
And at the various times I got stuck and I reverted to you, and you have always responded. It has been very, 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 very surprising to me. And I
Hmm.
keep telling myself, that this thing I should be able to do it, and and that's how I'm getting through gradually. Many things I never knew that I could do, and now I'm doing them gradually, and I know that with time I'll be able to. I can now become a guru like yourself. So I'm very, very grateful. In fact, I also want to say that I want to say that. God really brought you my way. Yes, I don't know how God did it. One of the days when you were talking, he said that he just your company needed to empower more individuals, and I uh, reasoned with you that if not for the fact that your company decided to empower more individuals in this area of coding and internet programming,
Yes.
you wouldn't have been able to condescend to the level of the amount you charged for
Yes.
this very. In fact, what you charge is it can never be compared with what the talking about the worth
All
of
right,
the
Mr.
program.
Emmanuel, thank you. Yeah, so that other people will have what to say. Oh.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you
We are
very much.
watching our
But
side.
I
Thank
also want to say,
ah.
I have some questions. You
Okay.
know, you are here to respond to. I know you've been very busy. I know you've been very busy. I hope you'll be after this time. You will still be able to respond to our questions
Yes, I
when
will
they
still be able
when
to
you are.
respond to the questions. That's why
It's
we have the
okay.
WhatsApp group. Please, the WhatsApp group is not for people to be leaving the group. Let's keep discussing, and we'll be working on different things. You know that I'm still going to be uploading the videos from that of the parts that we have not concluded, the e-commerce and this um, other school project part. So please, let's keep our eyes open. Okay, who
It's
again
okay.
raises our hand?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Um, Abel, please chip in.
Okay. Good evening, everybody, and good evening, Coach. Yeah, I must thank you very much, very immensely. First of all, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, I have few qualities I have to present to you that you should never lose track of it, and I know you will not lose track of it, which I know I have not seen in many persons. Number one is patience. Now, even myself, I used to get annoyed at the beginning some at times because of patience, too many patience, because of the way you be moving. Because I was opportune somehow a little bit to stay with somebody that did something small on the front end, that is the front end side. So it's not easy for somebody to have kind of done something before small and you are doing it again, like you have watched a particular movie before and you are
Mm,
coming to watch it again, it will somehow not be interesting. And if you are
mm,
there and a new person is watching, you'll be tempted to begin to, talk it over, talk it over. But the kind of patience you exhibited is something beyond that marvels me and that you should continue. Number two is your humility. Yes, this kind of class can never be compared with YouTube and all of those videos they are doing. I want to say that many of those videos are for people who are like close to expert, or have done something better. Those YouTube videos actually sometimes can, bring somebody's mind down because they seems to present too much of expert. But you are working on these things, error comes. Sometimes I am scared of the error, and gradually you are looking into it very gently, and the error will be solved. It makes it to be very easy. I see it like what is presented out there that is too big. You are doing it like play. So it is very, very good. I want to commend you for that, and I want to
thank you very
continue.
much.
And
Thank you very much.
number three
Number three, I thought you said it's
is
two. Oh.
commitment. Commitment it's three. I say it's three. Number three is commitment. Your commitment is superb. It's wonderful. So
Thank
thank
you.
you very much. Other comments, I will shower you because you have done very, very well. I'll shower you in the group.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if Mr. Samuel's hand has been raised since or he wants to say something. Hey, okay. um, is Mr. Samuel saying something? If not, let's hear from Mr. Austin. Mr. Austin, maybe you can go ahead.
Okay, good evening.
Evening, sir.
Chidozie, I'm very glad I've met you, and the class has been so inspiring. I've
Hmm.
been an old soldier who needed to refresh my mind, and you clearly did that. Um, I'm so happy. Number one for me is the recorded class.
Hmm.
That's very good. At a point in time, I was lost, and I have to take extra lesson listening to the recorded class over and over again to get back on track. That does it for me. Number two is your error handling.
Hmm.
Most times when the error pop up, I tend to be impatient and frustrated.
Hmm.
But I learned how you carefully relate the error to certain aspect of the programming that will help you to find out where the error is coming from.
Hmm.
Number three is your timely response to questions is top notch. And thank you for creating, will I say, new experts in us. And I look forward to new class or advanced level of this class.
Yes, I'm going to say something about that. Okay, thank you, sir.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much, sir. Elias,
Hello, good evening, sir.
evening, sir.
Uh, all right, please, I must commend you for all you've been doing for us. Others have said it all. I don't need to waste much time.
Yes.
All I want to say is to appreciate your effort.
Hmm.
Whatever you did for us, all of them are for God.
Hmm.
Thank God you made mention of bringing people up. I think that was the major thing. because most of us, like somebody like me, I don't even know anything about coding,
Hmm.
but I took it upon myself and keep practicing it. At least I can be boastful of handling front end and
Hmm.
some part of the back end packages. Please, I would still like to make a request while you are saying bye bye to us. I would still like to make this request. Please, most of us don't know anything about this website. Do not ignore our questions and other things. Then, this issue of real estate and other aspect that you are supposed to handle for us, please give us a guide so that we'll go home and practice it. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you. I will definitely upload the rest of the things I'm meant to. Then most of those will come within the first week of within January. Oh, Mr. Samuel, I thought maybe you are. All right, let's hear from Mr. Samuel quickly.
If I don't say something, it doesn't look good. I just want to say thank you very much
All
for
right,
what you have done to us. As for me, I want to tell you boldly that we are friends.
okay.
So you cannot leave me alone. From now henceforth, I will continue to disturb you. So that is it.
All right,
Thank you very much.
thank you very much. I really I
Right.
appreciate everybody here. Though the class is not full, but and those who watch the video later will also hear my appreciation. It's been a wonderful journey with you guys. 36 days with some extra things and then extra things to come too. I know that where you started is not where you are now. It may not be where you want to be, but it's a process. You need to keep at it, keep practicing. Thank God you have real projects to work on. I also mentioned the two things I mentioned in my 9 a.m. class. There are two ways to become very good in programming. Number one is to teach it. If you want to become very good in programming, teach that thing. So you can tell somebody, hey, I want to teach you web design. I want to teach you how to build this website. When you have committed yourself to teaching somebody, there is this pressure that comes upon you to do better as a teacher. So that's one. The second way is to work on real life projects, project, not just project that you are just something that you intend to use and do something. If possible, take up a project. I challenge us, if you know somebody that wants to do a work, tell the person you're a web designer. Even if you don't have that full confidence, talk to the person, and then we can even discuss business, we partner together. If it's something that has a long time to do, we can even work on it virtually and all that. So this is not just bye bye from me. It's just that this is the 36th day and we have to bring it to an end. But we are here for the mentoring continues, the business continues, other forms of partnership continue. So I encourage us to push hard and don't abandon what you have learned. Find out how to use it and how it will become useful to you. All right, so our time is way up, and I want to bring the class to an end and say a big thank you to everybody. And no more see you on Friday or see you. Okay, finally, I wanted to say then the next set of training, Web Apprentice 2.0, will be coming up hopefully by the end of January. And on that one, we are going to be working on ASP.NET Core. ASP.NET Core, although they've merged both Core and .NET Framework. And then we are also in that one, I think we'll also be able to see how to develop APIs, our own web APIs. So just keep your ears and eyes open for that training. We'll announce it once it's time. All right. Abel, our time is already up. Any problem?
Okay. Okay, I thought you wanted to go without talking about this one. I wanted to remind you.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
So bye everybody.
thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.